corner of Mason and Ridgewood, if anyone's familiar. Yeah, we got a couple O's and A's. For those of you who aren't familiar with Mason and Ridgewood, it's at the intersection of a nightmare and a real fucking problem, okay? I was next to Fast Lane Tobacco, the drive-through liquor store, beep beep. Across the way from that, we got a Crystals. Across from the Crystals, we have a check cashing place, a secondary check cashing place, not Amscott, okay? It wasn't a nice one. It's not a bank, and they don't go to banks, these people. But if you are at the check cashing place, I suggest you get some ones out, y'all, because right down the road from that, we got my favorite Daytona strip club, Diamond Dolls. Woo! Formerly Pink Pony. A little bit of a spoiler, though, folks. Ain't no diamonds in those dolls. Those are rhinestones. Cubic zirconia hose was too big for the sign. And a little word for the wise. If a stripper named Sapphire tells you she's got crystal, that's not another stripper, so be careful. So this is where the story's taking place. I'm caught at the light at Mason and Ridgewood, and anyone that gets caught there, you're just like, fuck, man. Just a bunch of jingle jangle. Some guy's trying to wash your windshield with a big gulp full of Mountain Dew and a news journal. I'm like, I don't really need that, thank you. But I see Home Dude, he's kind of leaned up against the building of Fast Lane Tobacco, and I assume he's doing like a spider in the web catches the fly sort of thing, right? So like, whatever 99 bananas rolls out of his car door, he's gonna get that shit. So he's in a good spot. They're not stupid, okay? They know what they're doing. So he got up and he came over to my window, and I thought he was gonna ask me for money or something. But he asked me if I had alcohol in my car. I was kind of offended. I was like, you're at the place where the alcohol is, sir, you know? But like I said, he wasn't stupid, and I did have alcohol with me. I had 2 different drinks, okay? So I gave him one as well, and as I'm driving away, I'm like, such a good person, you know? But then I was like, oh, here's the thing, though. He's at Fast Lane Tobacco, the drive-through liquor store, beep, beep. Basically the alcohol equivalent of a Crystals, which, again, across the street. And instead of getting whatever runoff came out of there, he saw me and thought, that's a better plan. So I think my Daytona's showing, y'all, okay? Thank you. Let's give it up for those men and women who have, like myself, have served, okay? Give it up. Woo! I'm not talking about veterans. I'm talking about people that work in restaurants, okay? Because we really have it hard. We're not allowed to kill people, although we want to. When you are in the service industry, you are on the front lines. Doing lines, okay? I have friends in other businesses and industries. Like I have a friend that's a doctor, and she was recently on an airplane, and someone did the whole like, is there a doctor on the plane? And she was able to help, so go women. Nobody's ever been like, is there a restaurant manager on the plane? I'm like, why? Is there someone that wants to yell at me? Restaurant is spelled restaurant, actually, R-A-N-T, which makes perfect sense, because that's all these people fucking do, y'all, okay, your customers. I call them customers, because they're miserable. We have started calling them guests now. They're like, these are our guests, these are guests. I'm like, these are selfish nightmares, okay? A guest is someone you want in your home, and I am not going to tell these people where I live. I can tell you who started the whole guest thing, and that's the corporate restaurants. And I'm calling them corporate restaurants because they do whore themselves out to people. And then when I thought about it more, I realized, like, you know, some of the names and logos of these corporate restaurants are pretty sexual anyway. Like, Hooters, obviously, titties, you know. Applebee's kind of looks like a butt. If you're going to have sex with a butt, where do you go? Out back, right? Thank you. If you're trying to go out back with that young hostess, what do you tell her? Tell her you got a long horn, folks, okay? Back in the day, I worked at a place that was both things, bone fish, but if you bone the wrong fish, you're gonna get a Red Lobster. It's gonna burn like a pepper, kind of looks like the Chili's logo, right? I personally prefer fast food branding and also their approach to customer service, because they're like, you might get your food, but you will get an attitude, and we can guarantee that, so I appreciate that. I like to think that the name of the fast food places is like how they're gonna fight you, right? So like if you pop off at Popeyes, you're gonna get popped in the eye. If you act up at Church's Chicken, you gonna need church. You gonna need Jesus, mama, if you mess with those employees. I like Wendy's. Wendy's is fun. It's like, Wendy's has ketchup, you're gonna be frosty. Everybody talks about the UFC. Come to KFC. Try that one. How you gonna lick your fingers if you don't have any, ma'am? That's the question. Thank you. If you go nuts at Dunkin' Donuts, we Dunkin' Yo Nuts in the fryer, right? Thank you. And just a little shout out to my personal favorite, Checkers. Gotta eat, because we're gonna check her. We're gonna check everybody at Checkers. Gotta eat. That's their slogan. It's a little lazy, right? It's like, hey, you know that thing you gotta do so you don't die? We got it here. So you can come or not. Doesn't really matter to us. We're just gonna be here chilling in the hood because that's where we're at. I'm like, okay. They got the double drive up at Checkers, you know, because when your broke ass driver's side window doesn't roll down, they can toss it in the passenger side. That's helpful. Also, they have a walk up option because they know their customers. And most of them are not legally allowed to drive or even be inside of a vehicle, so it's good. If you've been to Checkers recently, you've tried to order at the drive-thru, you might know that you can't talk to a person inside anymore. They went ahead and removed that option for you, okay? You're talking to like a secondhand Siri at this point, some little robot lady. And corporate's doing you a favor. They're like, you can talk to Keisha inside, but she's on the phone with her sister, okay? So she's not gonna be too happy about it. So if you want to talk to her, I can guarantee you, you ain't getting that Big Buford and you're not getting those seasoned fries, okay? Gotta eat.